Lewis Hart for The Ring magazine, joined today with Kalle Sauerland in the immediate aftermath of Harlem Eubank's defeat to Jack Catterall. Yeah, I guess a bit of a weird one there. Obviously stopped on a cut due to like Jack Catterall. I guess what was your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not quite seeing it as a defeat, but yeah, I guess it would go down as a defeat. I think you know, it's the horrible side of the sport when boxing gets stopped like that. You know, it's you know, gut wrenching for the fighters who've had massive camps, high expectations, great sportsmen as well. All fight week, you know, so all above board, very well behaved, great ambassadors for the sport. And then you know, you get a moment like that, which unfortunately with a southpaw and a regular, it's not the first time in the history of boxing, and it certainly won't be the last time. But that doesn't make it any easier to accept on the evening. I think the first rounds were horrible to watch as a neutral. I think they were both fine in their range. You know, I think we expected Catterall to stalk more, and you know, it was a very it was a couple of horrible rounds, very difficult to score, very even. And then, you know, they both started to land some decent leather in the last couple of rounds. But again, they both would have had 12-round strategies. What's clear is neither side had the strategy to take the other man out early, so that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of those events that unfortunately, one of those fights that unfortunately didn't do what it was supposed to do on the tin. What we do know from that half a fight is that Harlem Eubank certainly belongs at world level. That's the one thing that we do know.
What happened when the fight got called off? Because it seemed like obviously the doctor on Catterall's corner okayed it. You know, but as far as we were aware, you know, the fight was going to go ahead for the 7th round, and then it seemed to change their mind. What was the deal, I guess, from your point of view on what happened?
Look, I walked into the ring expecting to go to the scorecards. There were some people, you know, Harlem was up on the ropes cheering as though he won it. The other side were vehemently complaining about something. I don't know. I just sort of walked in there. I thought, why is everyone so emotional at this moment? Because we're waiting for the scores. It was clear for me that it was an accidental head clash, and that requires scorecards. You know, that's just the rules of boxing. So how it happened, I mean, I've literally just walked out the arena now to talk to you. So it's a little bit fresh, I guess. Ask the board or the guys in charge. Yeah,
but as you say there, and the final one for myself about the sort of the style matchup, I think it was always everyone's worry about it sort of being a bit hard to match up itself. Do you feel like we did see that, I guess, in the early rounds with it sort of the styles not gelling correctly, I guess, for a fight like that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Catterall's was expected to stall. He was expected to come forwards more. And I think that surprised Harlem. I think that was also a little bit the boxing off the back foot. But again, you can only do that for so long.
Yeah.
That's why a fight is 12 rounds. That's why they used to be 15-round fights.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a strategy over that space of time. So it's unfair to judge the fight purely on what we saw. What we did see, especially the first few rounds, was horrendous for a neutral viewer, because they were both fine in their range. I get that. But at the same time, they did start to land leather, and it's a 12-round fight. Do not expect that to happen.
Yeah, understand. Kalle, appreciate you taking time to speak to me, and hopefully be catching up with you soon. Appreciate it.
Thank you.